There is one rule about carjacking that every law enforcement officer, every self-defense instructor, and every military survival program agrees on. One rule. It has nothing to do with locks, nothing to do with weapons, nothing to do with how fast your car is. And most people, when the moment comes, get it exactly backwards. I am saving it for last, because the 10 rules before it are designed to make sure you never need rule number 11. 34,000 carjackings every year in the United States, 45% of them successful. Let that sink in. Nearly half of all attempted carjackings end with the attacker driving away in your vehicle, and that is on a normal day, on a day when police respond, on a day when you can call your insurance company and file a claim and get a rental while they sort it out. Now imagine a day when none of that works. A grid-down scenario, a natural disaster, a city in panic. Your car is not just transportation anymore. It is your bug-out vehicle, your mobile shelter, your only way to get your family to safety. Lose it, and you are on foot in a world that just went sideways. Carjacking is not a crime statistic. It is a survival scenario. And the numbers have gotten worse. Carjackings are up over 90% since 2019. And even with a recent dip, they are still 60% higher than before the pandemic. I am Max. And today, on Outfox Apocalypse, I am giving you 11 rules that prevent a carjacking from happening, and one rule that determines whether you survive if it does. These are not just crisis rules. This is a baseline, a set of habits you build now in your normal everyday life. So they are automatic when the day comes that nothing is normal anymore. You do not learn to fight in the middle of a fight. You learn before. Every rule is backed by data from the FBI, tactics from military and law enforcement, and the kind of situational awareness that most people do not develop until it is too late. Here are the 11 rules. Number 1. The phone kill. Your smartphone is the number one reason carjackings succeed. Not because the phone is valuable, because it blinds you. You are sitting at a red light scrolling through your feed. Someone is walking toward your car from the left, and you do not see them because your eyes are 6 inches from a screen. You are walking back to your car after shopping, both hands full of bags, fumbling for your keys, earbuds in, looking down. You might as well be wearing a sign that says, "Take my car." The fix is not complicated. When you are in your car, your phone goes face down or in your pocket. When you are walking to your car, your keys are already in your hand. Not in your purse, not in your back pocket, in your hand. One earbud out, eyes up, head turning. You are scanning, not scrolling. This alone eliminates you as an easy target. Carjackers are predators. Predators do not attack prey that is looking at them. Number 2. The lock habit. This one sounds obvious, and it is. But obvious things kill people every day because they assume they have already done them. Every door locked, every window up, every time. Not just at night, not just in the city. Every time the car is running. Many new cars lock automatically, but if you drive anything older than 10 years, you are probably driving with an unlocked door right now. A closed window will not stop a bullet. Nothing about your car will stop a bullet, but it will stop a knife, a bat, and a hand reaching in to grab you or unlock the door from inside. A locked door buys you 3 to 5 seconds. That is enough to hit the gas and leave. An unlocked door buys you 0. Number 3. The 70% zone. Here is a number most people have never heard. 70% of carjackings happen in poorly lit or isolated areas. 70%. That is not an opinion. That is law enforcement data across multiple jurisdictions. What does this mean for you? Park close to entrances, under lights, near cameras. Not in the back of the lot because it is easier to find a space. Not in the dark corner because you do not want door dings. Under the light, near the entrance, where people can see you. And when you are driving, know the neighborhoods you are passing through. If your local news reports carjackings in certain areas, and they do, pay attention. Driving through a high crime zone with your windows down at a red light is not bravery. It is negligence. Number 4. Combat parking. This is a military term that civilians should steal. When you park your car, back into the space. Always. Not because it looks cool, because in an emergency, driving forward is 4 to 5 seconds faster than reversing out, turning, and then driving away. Those 4 to 5 seconds are the difference between gone and grabbed. I do this every single time I park. It is a habit now. I do not even think about it. And there are 2 reasons. First, it nearly eliminates parking lot fender benders. Backing into an empty space is easy. Backing out into traffic with blind spots is where accidents happen. Second, and this is the survival reason, you come back to your car, something feels off. You get in, and you are facing the exit. Key in, gas, gone. If you had pulled in nose first, you are now reversing blind into whatever is behind you, turning the wheel, shifting to drive, all while someone is approaching. Combat parking costs you 5 extra seconds when you arrive. It saves your life when you leave. Number 5. The gap. When you come to a stop at a traffic light, leave enough space between your car and the car ahead that you can see their rear tires touching the pavement. That gap, roughly 1 car length, gives you room to pull out and around if someone approaches your vehicle on foot. If you are bumper to bumper, you are boxed in. And when possible, drive in the center lane. Not the left, not the right, center. Because the center lane gives you 2 escape routes instead of 1, left or right. A car in the far right lane against a curb has exactly 1 direction to go, and a carjacker knows that. Number 6, the reconnaissance approach. This comes from a Green Beret who teaches vehicle security. Most people walk to their car the same way every time, straight from the store to the driver's door, usually from behind the car. That approach gives you 0 visibility of what is around, behind, or inside your vehicle. Instead, vary your approach. Walk to the front of your car from about 5 vehicles away. Now you are approaching your own car from the front. You can see down both sides. You can see through the windows. You can see if someone is crouching on the far side or sitting in the back seat. Yes, check the back seat. That horror movie scenario is not fiction. Breaking into a car is easier than hot wiring one, and a carjacker sitting in your back seat with a knife is waiting for you to bring him the keys. Once you reach the door, open it with purpose. The open door becomes a physical barrier between you and anyone approaching from behind. You are behind the door, you can see everything, and you have a metal shield between you and the world while you get in. Number 7. The 4 right turns. This is one of the most powerful and simple techniques in personal security. If you suspect a car is following you, make 4 consecutive right turns. Right, 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 right. You have just driven in a square and ended up exactly where you started. Nobody drives in a square. If the car behind you is still there after 4 right turns, you are being followed. That is not paranoia. That is confirmation. Now here is the critical part. Do not go home. The moment you pull into your quiet suburban driveway, you are isolated, predictable, and trapped. That is exactly what they want. Instead, drive to a public place with people and lights, a gas station, a police station, a fire station, a busy parking lot. Call the police from your car. Do not get out until they arrive. And remember, all of this is to make sure you never need rule number 11. We are getting there. Number 8. The bump trap. Someone rear-ends you at a stoplight on a quiet street. Your instinct says, get out, check the damage, exchange insurance information. That instinct will get your car stolen. The bump and rob is one of the oldest carjacking tactics. They hit you from behind. You get out. An accomplice, or the driver himself, takes your car while you are standing in the street. Variations include a stranded couple, on the side of the road waving for help, a pedestrian knocking on your window asking for directions, or someone at a gas station asking you to look at something under their car. The rule is simple. If it feels wrong, it probably is. Trust your gut. It is a survival organ. If you are bumped in a deserted area, do not get out. Drive to a public location. Call the police from inside your locked car. If someone approaches your window with a story, a question, a request for help, keep the window up. You can talk through the glass, and in a crisis scenario, do not stop at all. Drive to safety first, assess later. Number 9. The red light principle. I once came across an interesting perspective from someone who lived in a particularly dangerous part of South America. Their rule was simple. At night, in certain neighborhoods, you do not stop. Period. Red light, stop sign, it does not matter. Stopping makes you a target, and in some countries, drivers are actually legally permitted to treat red lights as yield signs after dark in high crime zones for exactly this reason. In the United States, I am not telling you to run red lights, but I am telling you to keep your foot near the gas, not the brake. At every red light, you should be in a position to accelerate. Know what is around you. Know which direction you would go. And in a full-blown crisis, grid down, no police response, chaos in the streets. A red light is a suggestion. Your survival is not. Number 10. The scout pattern. Here is something that most people do not realize. Carjacking is rarely a spontaneous crime. It is planned. Organized groups, usually 3 to 4 people, scout parking lots for hours, sometimes days. They follow specific cars. They study routines. They know when you leave work, which entrance you use, where you park. The most stolen car in America is not a Ferrari. It is a Honda Accord, then the Civic, then full-size pickups. They are stealing practical cars because practical cars are easy to chop, easy to sell, and no one looks twice at a silver Accord. What can you do? Vary your routine. Different parking spot every day. Different entrance, different time if possible. Do not make their scouting worthwhile. And if you notice the same vehicle in your parking lot on multiple occasions, at your gym, at your grocery store, at your work, that is not a coincidence. That is reconnaissance. Act on it. We are at Rule 11 now, the one I have been holding back since the first sentence of this video. The one that law enforcement, military instructors, and self-defense experts around the world agree on. The one that most people get backwards. Number 11. The secondary location rule. If a carjacker wants your car, give it to them. Hand them the keys. Step away. Let them drive off. Your car is insured. Your car is replaceable. Your life is not. Property is never, ever worth dying for. A college student died trying to protect his friends from a carjacker who wanted a purse. A husband was murdered in a mall parking lot because he tried to keep his SUV. Both were brave. Both were wrong. Bravery does not stop bullets. But if a carjacker does not just want your car, if they want you to get in the car with them, if they want to take you somewhere, that changes everything. According to law enforcement experts with decades of experience, if you allow yourself to be taken to a secondary location, your chances of surviving drop to near zero. A secondary location is where they have control. It is private, it is isolated, it is where the worst things happen. So here is the rule. If they want the car, give it. Walk away alive. If they want to take you, fight, scream, run, make a scene. Do anything and everything to avoid being moved to a second location. The parking lot where the carjacking happens, as terrifying as it is still public. There are cameras, there are witnesses, there are passing cars. A secondary location has none of that. This is the hardest rule because it requires you to make a split-second decision under extreme stress. Give the car or fight for your life, and the answer depends entirely on what the attacker wants. Most carjackers want the car. Give it. But if someone is trying to force you into a vehicle, yours or theirs, that is no longer a carjacking. That is a kidnapping, and the time to fight is right now, not later. Let me give you the full picture. 11 rules, most of them free. 1. The phone kill. Eyes up. Keys ready. Stop scrolling. 2. The lock habit. Every door, every window, every time. 3. The 70% zone. Park under lights. Avoid dark and isolated. 4. Combat parking. Back in, drive out. Save 5 seconds. 5. The gap. See their tires. Center lane. 2 escape routes. 6. The reconnaissance approach. Approach from front. Check back seat. Door as barrier. 7. The 4 right turns. Confirm the tail. Never go home. Drive to public. 8. The bump trap. Don't get out. Don't fall for stories. Trust your gut. 9. The red light principle. Foot near gas. Know your exits. Survive first. 10. The scout pattern. Very routine. They're watching. Don't be predictable. 11. The secondary location rule. Give the car. Keep your life. Never get in. In a normal day, these rules save your car. In a collapse, when your car is your bug-out vehicle, your shelter, your only way to get your family to safety, these rules save everything. Save this video, share it with someone who drives alone at night, and tell me in the comments, which rule surprised you most? Did you know about the 4 right turns? Did you know about the secondary location rule? The pack shares knowledge. That is how we survive. Everything in this video is for educational and informational purposes only. Self-defense laws vary by state and country. The advice to resist when being taken to a secondary location is consistent with law enforcement guidance, but every situation is different. Never escalate a situation involving firearms unless you have no other option. Always prioritize de-escalation and escape over confrontation. Consult local law enforcement for jurisdiction-specific advice. Stay safe. Max out.